It's finally time to invade the Planet Z. I went on eBay as usual and found a decent looking ride with a nice beer spill for some extra character and took the plunge on the $50 purchase. It then showed up about a week later in a 24-inch box on my front porch. The ride was snugly packed into a very used but yet free carrying bag and was just as described with also no damage in shipping. So I think it'll be kind of interesting to hear how these modern beginner cymbals respond as opposed to the older one I used in the other video. To my knowledge, before the Planet Zs, we had the ZBTs, which were a B8 bronze, and these are actually made out of brass. You can see this cymbal has a bit of a wider lathe pattern, and that also appears to be machine hammered. Let's see what kind of magic we can work. This cymbal measures exactly at 20 inches and weighs in at 1,770 grams, much lighter than the Zildjian from the previous video. Before we get started, let's see how this alien planet sounds. With my newly acquired ball hammer and my filthy microfiber cloth in place, there we go, locked and loaded, it was time to get to work. Some of you on the last video said you wanted to see the cymbal hammered even further. So for this project, I tested the cymbal in 4 different stages, the first 2 being more moderate and the second 2 being a bit unhinged. For stage 1, I hammered only between the existing lines of machine hammering. In stage 2, I hammered the whole surface evenly. In stage 3, we went back in and increased the amount of hammering across the entire surface. And in stage 4, I hammered the surface as much as possible. Now stage 1 went down without any issues. However, stage 2 is where things became a bit more complicated. I was doing most all of the hammering on top of the cymbal to start, thinking that would probably be fine, but I ended up taking things just a bit too far, and the cymbal in the blink of an eye totally inverted due to excess top pressure. When hammering cymbals, you want to make sure to hammer on both the top and the bottom to ensure the cymbal doesn't lose its shape or have uneven pressure. I will say though that this error temporarily resulted in a pretty interesting effect cymbal. With lots of bottom hammering and some serious muscle, the ride thankfully returned to its original form. There we go. Beyond that, the only other issues were alleviating small hot spots of pressure. With the cymbal flipped upside down, I would feel around for any raised areas, then hammer in and around those spots to release that pressure. Now that all 4 stages have been completed, let's put this Planet Z to the test. As usual, these results were very interesting, and I'm curious to hear your opinions in the comments. As for my opinion, I think that stage 2 sounds the best to me because you have a decent blend of the original bright, sharp tones mixed in with the more washy, dark sound that you get from the hammering. Stage 1 did seem to tame those harsh, sizzly overtones that some of those beginner cymbals tend to have. Now, if what you're looking for is something trashy, stage 3 and 4 are definitely for you. I do want to emphasize the importance of letting the cymbals rest a minimum of 48 hours between tests. Right after hammering, the metal will have a very dead and unresponsive sound. All in all, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you want to see more of my amateur experiments, leave a comment or super chat below letting me know what you'd like to see next. And thanks for watching.